Oh, well, that's
Woo!
really bad. That was a really bad thing. All right.
That could be better. It's the new year. I'm not gonna say it's a bad luck, but it's the new year. We're gonna try our best.
No, no, no. We
Hello,
always
everyone.
we got to start it strong. Should
Oh,
we reset?
sorry.
Should we resync that?
Let's restart. Let's
Okay,
reset.
restart. Okay.
And everybody who's listening to this, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. Man, that's not good.
No,
It is what
not.
it is. Well, they heard the clap twice, and I
Well.
think that's a good gong.
Well, I guess that's how we're gonna start this episode.
We're gonna start the episode that way. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome guys to a new
Welcome.
episode to the new year. Finally, a
To the new year.
a new episode.
Finally. Woo! 2026. Here we come.
Yeah.
Amazing year. Kenneth, how are you? How's 2025 at the end of the year?
Can I just say, Eric? Thank God, 2025 is over.
Yes.
Oh, what a year! What a year! Especially the second half of that year. Far out. There's so much that happened.
Busy. Oh man.
Oh, it's insane. 2025 was completely insane, and thank God it's over. Now we can have a really fresh start, and I cannot wait to see what 2026 comes for, not just for me, but for us, for this podcast, and for you guys as well.
Woohoo! Yeah, excited. And I think for me, 2025 has also been a very challenging year. Not in a bad way, just, it challenges you as a person. And I like to look back at it a little bit fondly. I get to meet Kenneth in person. So if you see on Instagram, we finally met again after all this time. So it's been really amazing to meet my beautiful co-host again in person.
Oh, I'm
and
beautiful.
Ish. No, but like he says, I'm very excited for 2026. And in that segue, while I was compiling all of the things that we're going to do this year, I realized there's a lot of amazing movies coming out. Yeah. A lot. And it's more than 2025. And I think you could see why Ken is laughing and smiling really hard. It's an exciting year.
This is such a great year for movies. I say that. I feel like I say that every year, but like this year especially, I'm very, very excited.
That's the thing. And Kenneth, that's why I'm passing it off to you to tell us why we're excited.
Yeah, so like this year, I think there's so many big, not just blockbusters, but thanks to what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners, a lot of people have been like so gunning for like indie movies, gunning for different genres and different types of movies that I think we haven't really seen in the cinemas all that well lately. And, since the whole COVID stint as well, I think this is that time. This is this time that we are going to see so many great movies. And today we are actually going to be talking about my top 3 picks and Eric's top 3 picks of what we're excited for this year. And even like just before we pressed record, we even talked about this. There are 3 movies that we are not going to pick.
Yes, we've agreed on not picking them.
Yeah, so those 3 movies, and I think it's mainly because everyone's already really excited for these movies, and like Eric and we managed to watch a preview for one of these movies, and that's The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, and Avengers Doomsday. Those 3 movies, guaranteed, hands down, everyone's gonna want to watch them, but because we're talking about more indie movies, we're not going to be talking about those 3 movies. We're going to be talking about 3 different movies that we really want to watch this year.
Yeah. Would I say indie?
Okay, maybe not indie, but more like blockbuster.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, lesser on the blockbuster side, just slightly below that stage where I think you could agree on me. It's sort of more. Because like the Odyssey, Doomsday, and Dune 3, they are marketed a year even before it came out, and even then, like after the end of the movie, it will probably happen and stuff like that. I'm not saying the Odyssey will, but something's gonna happen. Even Christopher Nolan, when he started shooting, everyone's already so ramped up. But the movies that we're picking, and hopefully it's similar to yours, is that movies are slightly lesser blockbuster, where people are going to start marketing maybe 2 to 3 months, maybe even 4 months out. And it's something that I think both of us personally are looking forward to, and I think we probably both have our reasons for it. And the way Kenneth have been explaining, well, teasing me with his little top three, I'm very curious. So, saying that, I'm gonna pause and pass it back off to Kenneth to kick this
Alright.
off.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start off with my first pick.
Okay.
So Eric and I, we actually talked about this movie before. I talked about this movie. It's in an unreleased episode that we did. Because I haven't gotten around to editing the video. I've been editing that episode, but
Blame Kenneth, please blame Kenneth.
yeah, it's a bit too late for me to post that episode now because a lot of the movies that we talked about in that episode came out already.
That's very fair.
Yeah, but this one movie has still yet to come out, and it's coming out very soon in the month of February. And so that movie is called The Bride.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did talk about this. We did
talk about that. Yeah,
We did talk about this. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm only just starting to realize I actually didn't write down the synopsis and all that. So give me
No, let the viewer enjoy this raw silence.
Okay.
But okay, wait. While you're looking at The
Yeah.
Bride, I'm just gonna say, while you're looking for the synopsis, Jessie Buckley, she's obviously playing The Bride. She was amazing in Hamnet. So if anybody who hasn't watched Hamnet, please go. I mean, I know there's some weirdly there are some parts of the there are some parts of countries that have not watched Hamnet. Not some have not watched. My bad. We have not gotten the release yet for Hamnet. So I would really encourage you, like Indonesia, I would highly recommend watching Hamnet in the cinema. Why? While I do think it will come in VOD very soon, I think just watching the cinema is a very catharsis experience, and I think you'll know why when you watched it. But at the same time, if we love movies like Sinners and we want you guys to support more original movies like Hamnet, even though it's an adapted screenplay, it's still an original movie, fresh, and we do love those kind of movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, which is exactly what I think The Bride is, because The Bride is about the bride of Frankenstein. It's adapted from the book, but it's made to be more 1930s Chicago gangster movie, you know. And I think that makes it so interesting. And it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it's based in 1930s Chicago, based on The Bride of Frankenstein, based on that book. And that's why I'm so interested to see what this movie brings, because watching Frankenstein, the recent Frankenstein movie from Guillermo del Toro, that was brilliant, and that I cannot wait to see what Maggie Gyllenhaal will bring to this movie. Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that you. It's very interesting to look at. There are two different IPs of within the same universe, if you really think about it, and I think there's two different ways of how they presented that story. And I think, for example, like Guillermo. I can't pronounce his name.
Del Toro.
I just can't call him Del Toro. It's just easier for me.
Totoro.
Del Toro's Totoro.
Totoro.
his version of Frankenstein is about the monster, and it's very. If I'm not wrong, it's more the classic Frankenstein.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess the new one is more. Like I would say, how would you describe the new one more?
It's more. I will describe, like, just based on the trailer, it really reminds me of like gangster movies, like very Martin Scorsese gangster movie, but with monsters, and especially with what's her name?
Jessie Buckley?
As Jessie Buckley as the main the Bride of Frankenstein. I think it just shows like it's a very different take on it. It's a similar story. It's just on a different setting, you know. Instead of you having people with pitchforks, you get people with Tommy guns or shotguns.
I really wonder how they'll work out. That's very interesting when I think about it.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of the pitchfork is sort of to scare Frankenstein, I think, in a way, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a gun, wouldn't you just shoot him from afar? But again, I'm thinking too far out.
Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong, Frankenstein is played by Christian Bale.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Very
it's
interesting.
going to be very interesting to see a different take on Frankenstein as well, because usually like monster movies, Frankenstein's this big buff, like or bulky guy, right? bulky monster, sorry. But we see Christian Bale more streamlined, more slim, less of a bulk, but
Yeah.
very normal.
I'm also just opening the photo just so I could also look at it. That's crazy.
Just 1 second, my camera battery just died. Okay, well, hey,
Well,
I'm back.
if anybody knows, hey, hello, welcome. Well, you guys didn't see what happened in the back. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Let's move on. All right, Eric. Moving on. What's your first pick?
So, before I move on, if we even missed out, I think The Bride's gonna be great. I think it's a very interesting take. And I now I just thought about it. I think it'll be interesting because the way that the story is kind of set out looks kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde sort of situation.
That's true.
Right? And so I'm
True.
I think I'm gonna end it with that. I think it looks really interesting, and I think it's gonna come out on IMAX.
I'm not sure about IMAX, but yeah, if it does come out on IMAX, I'm gonna watch it on IMAX.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yep. It is.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Sweet.
Okay, since it's coming out on IMAX, I'm definitely gonna watch it on IMAX then. Hopefully it
I
does come
agree.
out on IMAX in Indo, but yeah, if you can watch it on IMAX, go watch it on IMAX because it looks very interesting. Anyway,
And it's Jesse Buckley, 100% for sure.
yeah, definitely. Anyway, Eric, what's your first pick?
Ooh, oh, that's a very good one. So I'm looking at my list again, and I'm starting a bit, not because I don't know what to say, but it's more because these three movies that I pick, they are coming out this year, but the plot's not out yet.
Oh,
per
what?
se. Yeah, so it's so it is hard to explain, but look, I did cheated a bit. I did ask ChatGPT to kind of give me some fillers, just to, get some ideas of what the movie might now. And of course, I not just lead it with AI, I also made my own prediction of what the movie might be, so I think this is going to be very interesting. So the first movie that I'm picking is Resident Evil.
Oh,
Resident Evil,
Oh.
that's right. Yeah.
I
So
think I heard stuff
I think
about it.
yeah, no. So the thing is, not a lot of people know that the Resident Evil is getting a fresh reboot. We did have a, would I say a faithful adaptation? Not really. We did have a Welcome Back to Raccoon City, sort of semi-quasi sequel-esque that talks about Resident Evil. And then you obviously have the Mila Jovovich, the one that we all grew up with, Resident Evil, that started from 1 to 3, and then everything just went really haywire towards the tail end. By the way, if anybody watched that, that's not the story of Resident Evil. It just went like a completely different direction. Only the first one actually stayed sort of true. So I think that's why there is sort of this reboot that's happening right now. And the reason I'm excited with this is, and I think usually people, I would say, are a bit wary about video games, video game adaptations and stuff like that. And I completely understand. But after we saw The Last of Us, Fallout, these are really, really amazing movies, TV limited series that could be made into movies. And also the name that's attached to Resident Evil. It's Zach Krieger. I'm very, very excited for Resident Evil. And just look at Kenneth's face. That's a very good face because people don't know his name, but they know the movie he made. And Kenneth, those two movies that you're probably seeing on Google right now are two of the most amazing movies that everyone should have watched.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
Number one, Barbarian. Guys, if you have not watched Barbarian, that amount of, I'm not going to say, but my God, Barbarian, amazing. And Weapons, there's a reason they're in the nominated category in the Oscars. It's a horror movie that is in the Oscar nominated. So looking at his, I would say, credentials, kind of gives you a good sort of confidence that he will do adaptation of a zombie movie very faithfully. Now, I took my sweet time, but the likely plot of the movie, based on so far as what we know, based on interviews by Zach, he didn't give much because he was a bit away, is that he's going to give a very faithful survival horror adaptation. What that means is it's going to be very, very early on in the Resident Evil game. So plot is possible plot here. A small group of people became trapped in a location connected to Umbrella's experiment as an infection spreads within Raccoon City. With no communication, limited weapons, and no understanding what is happening, they must uncover the truth while simply trying to stay alive.
Interesting.
It is. It is very, very interesting.
Oh.
And yeah, I think yeah, go for it, Ken.
No, like I'll be honest. I've never played the game. I've never
Yeah.
played Resident Evil, so I don't really know what it's about. Except for there were like experiments. There's
Yeah.
something to do with zombies.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure. So if this is a really good, faithful representation of the movie of the game, sorry,
Yeah.
it'll be very interesting to see that.
I'm very much in the same boat. I did play Resident Evil when I was a kid. I played Resident Evil 1 halfway through, and then I ran away because it was scary. And then I played Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Finish bits by bits, but I finished it. I say Resident Evil 4 is more action packed.
Okay.
Resident Evil 1 is more like survival horror. So I think if I'm betting my cards right now, I think Zach's gonna try adapt as faithfully as possible the first story, which is inside the mansion that kicked it all off. And I would say limited weapons, very, very limited. When we say limited weapons, me and Ken, we've been playing a game called Outlast Trials, very similar to that, very limited weapons. So it'll be really fun to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and here's my thinking. It's Zach Krieger because he does love big bombastic, kind of cinematic. So I would say if it comes out in IMAX, I'll go for it. Maybe you might shit your pants, but that's great.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's my thoughts on my first movie. Passing it off to Kenneth.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is very interesting because your first movie is a video game adaptation. My second movie is a video game adaptation as well. And that movie is actually I don't even know what the plot's gonna be, but this the movie I chose is Street Fighter.
Oh, dude, I was about to pick that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man! Like just based on the trailer, like
yes,
because I was so worried that if they made a Street Fighter movie, that it will be they'll take it too seriously. And just based on the trailer, they made it like super action packed.
Yeah,
They made it super campy. They made all the costumes, the action, everything just look like they came off the games. And can I just say, Andrew Koji as Ryu, freaking great pick.
Great casting, right?
Such great casting. And I cannot wait for this movie just because of how fun it looks. That's purely it. I don't even care about the plot. I just want to see a lot of action scenes and just a lot of fighting and just like even just playing the video games, I never cared about the story. I don't even know what the story's about.
I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fighting. And I just want a really good action movie. I feel like the last time we got a really good action flick, like pure action flick, was John Wick 3. And that was a while
that's
ago.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to see something really good, and having Andrew Koji, having even Alexander Volkanovski, the UFC fighter, play in this movie. Just I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me thinking. I don't recall any good action movie.
Yeah, right?
No, I can't think off the top of my head. You're right.
Yeah, like you do get some action comedies and stuff like that. Like, I think one came out just a while ago. Recently, with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa for Amazon Prime. But even then, I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't even know what it's called. You know, it's not memorable. I think the most memorable action movie that I've watched recently was John Wick 3. Like even Ballerina wasn't as memorable as John Wick 3. Like, let's be honest here. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see Street Fighter.
No, I completely agree with you. I think, like you said, sometimes we don't need those thought-provoking movie. We just want to see people get punched. That's it.
Exactly. We just want to have a bit of fun in the movies as well. As much as having really good thought-provoking movies, like it's really even though it's good to have that, good to have piece of movie as art. Sometimes you just want the campy shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And you know, that was the reason, like, you know, a lot of people, I remember I was speaking to a lot of people, and like some of my friends, they were like, well, what's your favorite sort of movie? I think it was about 2 years ago, from, I might be wrong in the timing here, and at that time I was like saying, you know what's my favorite movie at that moment, at that time? I love Godzilla versus Kong. And people are like, but it's not that interesting. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
There's no story. Nobody cares about the side character. I just want to watch Godzilla versus Kong. And that movie gave me what I wanted. It's just monsters fighting each other. And sometimes that's okay.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter that you have to figure out how Godzilla stood up in the middle of the ocean. But they fought.
They fought, and I'm like, I'm happy. That's what I want to see. Yeah. No, so I completely agree. I think Street Fighter, good choice. I was actually thinking about that, but I was like, you know what? I'm segueing into my next one. I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah. Okay. So the next one, what a total complete opposite after me saying that, oh my god, we should all have dumb movies. I'm going into a completely opposite end.
Ooh, okay.
So this movie is sort of the way they call it is a spiritual sequel.
Okay.
And it's a very important movie, especially with what's happening right now, with what's happening for democracy, politics, the misinformation,
Right.
and the state of where we are in the internet. And I think if I say the title, you might sort of guess it out.
Okay.
It's called The Social Reckoning.
Oh, is that the sequel to Social Network?
That is correct. That is correct. It is not like an official sequel, but it is like they call it like a spiritual sequel, which is very fair, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm looking forward to this is exactly what I said. I think, you know, with what's happening around the world globally, you know, Facebook, whether we like it or not, changed the landscape of you know, information, to make it more simply. And this story, again, there's no plot to this yet, because I think it's already shot, but they're still very hush hush on this. But if anybody that sort of watched the documentary of the Facebook files, you sort of get the idea that there was a person in Facebook that sort of whistleblowed on how the algorithm within Facebook is actually feeding misinformation that led to, and I don't want to get too political, but basically led to, you know, like a riot that happened in January within the presidential transfer of power. So I think the conversation here, I guess, and to add into more fire to this, why I'm really excited is because it's actually written by Aaron Sorkin and will be directed by him too.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, Aaron Sorkin is a masterful writer. He wrote The Social Network. He didn't direct it. David Fincher did. But he's directing this one now, but he's writing it. So I'm cautiously very optimistic, because we know how Aaron Sorkin love his dialogue, heavy dialogue. So we can expect some really amazing dialogues there.
Yeah, I think that was the question I was going to ask. Like, is Aaron Sorkin coming in to write it?
Yeah,
at least, right?
Yeah.
And look, I'm so glad that Aaron Sorkin is writing it and he's directing it as well. Because there's one movie of Aaron Sorkin that I don't think it got a lot of attention, was during COVID. It was the Trial of the Chicago 5, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was such a brilliant movie. That was really well directed. Written very well, and I'm pretty sure you've at least seen one of Aaron Sorkin's writing, right? He wrote a lot of the scenes from The Newsroom, There was one about the presidency as well. I forgot
The
what.
West Wing.
Yeah, The West Wing. That's the one. That was just like he's such a brilliant writer, and honestly, I'm so excited to see him work again. Yeah,
No, I agree very much. I think, oh man, you brought such a great memory. The seven, what's the name of the Netflix movie again?
I gotta search it, and it's Trial of
Yeah.
Chicago something.
Oh, you're right. It's the Trial of the Chicago Seven. The Trial
Trial of the Chicago
of
Seven.
the Chicago's. I
Yeah.
think, I think what Aaron Sorkin really does well here is you can exactly see it. He's very good at kind of piecing out evidence and pieces of the story. He almost does it in a very journalistic, you could say,
Yeah.
kind of point of view. And if anybody haven't watched an Aaron Sorkin movie, which I kind of highly doubt it because it's kind of everywhere, I would say The Trial of the Chicago Seven is a very good example of how he just uses one setting, which is basically a trial, right? But he
Yeah.
uses flashbacks to kind of piece it all together to give you an idea. And I think I'm excited. I'm excited for this because it's a bit of a tangent again, but basically it's the similar conversation where I had with you, where I said just now, it's like, what happened to Facebook after, right? Like, we know how Facebook was born, but Facebook has ultimately changed the way we communicate as people and the way we get information, right? So, how do I put this? We're so fed with so many
Yeah.
headlines and stuff like that. You start to doubt whether everything you're seeing is real or not. And in a way, you could kind of blame Facebook for that, for changing the landscape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could technically, yeah. To your point, like we technically could blame Facebook for
Yeah,
opening that can of worms of
that
social
kind of
media.
worm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say it's the only one, but it
It's
is.
not
It is
the
like the
only one.
Pandora. Yeah, it is the Pandora's
Yeah.
box. I would say they're the
Yeah.
one that. Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
like I said, it'll be very interesting, and yeah, hopefully a great adaptation. Now,
Yeah.
moving on from
Well,
my
sorry,
really.
I just
Oh,
want
sorry, go for it.
on the
Yeah.
ad as well, like Aaron Sorkin as well. Like I just found out here, Aaron Sorkin wrote Steve Jobs, the movie. The one
Oh,
with
that's
Michael
right. Oh my
Fassbender. Yeah.
God.
So it's like, oh, that's so good. That's one of the best movies I've seen in a while as well. Like very, very well written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God. You put up
Like
such a great point.
yeah, like I think with Aaron Sorkin is there's this thing we learn in film school, right? Where like you show, you don't tell. But with Aaron Sorkin, he puts that on his head, and he tells a lot. He uses dialogue to tell a lot, but the way he writes as well, it's very interesting. It's very thought provoking. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? But it hits you in the
Natural?
core. Very natural,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so natural.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to do that. He's so
Yeah.
good. He's so good at doing that. And yeah, I cannot wait to see the Social Reckoning.
I can't wait. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm I can't wait to review it. Oh, passing it off from a very, very slightly depressing one.
Yeah.
Passing it off back to you, Kenneth. What's your second pick?
Third pick. Sorry.
Third pick. Well, sorry.
Yeah, no, all good. So my third pick. So this movie, oh, I cannot wait for this movie because it's from one of my most favorite TV shows of all time, I would say.
Okay.
And that TV show is Peaky Blinders. And to close off the entire series, they've decided to make a movie, and that's called Peaky Blinders: The Immortal Man. And I'm so excited for this movie because, we've gone through 6 seasons of developing this character, Thomas Shelby, Cillian Murphy as Thomas Shelby, sorry. And he's grown so much. We've seen so much, his ups, his downs, and all the shit that he's been through. And now it's finally coming to a point where finally we get to the point of World War II. We get to see his traumas come back. We see all this, how he's going to get out of this situation of, the whole Nazi regime in England. And I just cannot wait to see what what they're gonna bring out of this, and his wits, his story, the arcs that we're gonna see close off finally after 6 seasons. You're finally gonna get seventh, which is in this movie, and man, I'm just so excited.
Yeah, I love your enthusiasm because no, because here's the thing. I have not watched Peaky Blinders. And
Okay.
I know, I look, I should, right? It's in Netflix, if I'm not wrong.
It's on Netflix now.
Okay.
It got acquired by Netflix after
Right.
season 4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a really great time for me to also catch up. But I guess for everybody who sort of like me who doesn't know, what is the Peaky Blinders?
So let me just Google that. So the Peaky Blinders is basically
Yeah.
These bunch of I want to say they're so the Peaky Blinders are a gang. They're a gang based in Birmingham.
Are they real?
And so it's actually based on true events, true stories.
Okay. Oh,
but,
wow.
But only the characters, right? It's not the events that took place.
Oh, gotcha.
And what makes this story so good is just how smart the main character is, and that's Cillian Murphy as Thomas Shelby, and how he's so smart that he can outwit all his opponents, outwit all his enemies, rival gangs and gangs from outside of England, and just there's a bit of mysticism as well, which plays very well in terms of like allegories and stuff like that. And just it reminds me of like a lot of Martin Scorsese. I love Martin Scorsese, and it just reminds me of that, right? Martin Scorsese's gangster movies, but based in England.
Gotcha.
And I think just the way he outsmarts and outwits a lot of his opponents, little bits like that, like I think that makes it really interesting and makes it really, really fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when is this movie coming out?
So it says on Google, I'm basing it off Google. It says March 6, 2026. It's going to be
Wow.
out in cinemas first. So very soon.
Very soon. So that means I need to pick up.
Yeah. And I'm not wrong. There's not too many episodes as well per season.
Okay.
So it's not too hard of a watch, but it's hard because it's quite detailed.
Gotcha. Is it because it's like a British show? So it's like, how like Sherlock Holmes only has like 3 episodes?
Yeah.
Each season?
It's not quite. Like each episode is still about an hour.
Okay.
So it's not exactly like Sherlock Holmes where each episode is a movie in itself.
Okay.
But I would say it's more like it's very similar to that first season of Game of Thrones where they throw a lot of details at you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but in this case, it's spread out throughout 6 seasons. Per season, you get little bits and details, and then it leads to the next season. It leads to the next season. Leads to the next season. So I would definitely recommend watching all 6 seasons before you go watch the movie.
Gotcha.
Which is a lot of an ask, but you gotta do it.
You never know what I could do. I could just sit down, abandon my wife and just be in front of the screen.
That's a bit, that's a bit much.
Oh, she's gonna kick me out of the house. Funny.
All right, well, that's my third pick. Eric, what's your last pick?
Oh, that's a hard one because again, similar, no plot. That is another problem in itself.
You're choosing plotless ones.
But I'm excited for these. That's 2026 is a banger.
Fair enough.
But I'm looking around my room trying to pick out an item that represents the movie that I'm excited. And I think if I pick it out, you will know the exact movie. Okay. Oh, I think I got the right item. Hold on. Come here, you. All right. I'm just gonna slowly raise it up on screen.
Wait, hang on. I think I know what it is. This. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Grogu. If anybody's on the podcast and just listening to the audio, you're missing on my amazing Lego collection right now. Yeah. But basically what I'm holding is The Mandalorian. And the movie that I'm talking about is The Mandalorian and Grogu. And if anybody knows me in real life, they know me for my love for Star Wars, I would do anything to watch any Star Wars, even the shit ones.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of shit ones.
There's a lot of shit ones, but that's all right. That's being a Star Wars fan, just like being a Ferrari fan. I'm not gonna go into tangent, but if you know, you know. Um, and the reason why I'm excited about the Mandalorian Grogu is because one, it's a very new character. If anybody like Peaky Blinders, if you have not watched the Mandalorian, go to Disney Plus. I would say go watch the Mandalorian. Even if you don't know about the universe of Star Wars, I'm not saying you should avoid it, but you don't have to come into it with such big knowledge. You will sort of understand because it's a very self-contained universe. It's little by little, but I mean, improve having a little bit of other knowledge would be great. But I would say even coming across this blind is fine too.
Yep.
And that's what makes this very interesting because at the moment, I might be wrong, but it's coming out in May. Yes, it's coming out in May, but there is no plot points just yet. There is no plot points. That's why I'm having a hard time trying to explain. I'm just being able to give you the vibe of it. I think all I can say is that like it's coming out. The story is gonna set after season 3. I think when the Mandalorian and Grogu reunited. Spoilers alert, I guess. I don't know if anybody realized that. But I'm guessing based on the video, which I'm assuming we're going to play a bit of the video here. I think it's just them trying to escape the Republic. Because I think the Mandalorian is becoming a kind of a in-depth. That's kind of my guess. And the Republic is probably just trying to hunt him down. And because Baby Grogu is, again, spoilers, is a Force-sensitive kid. And they all want Force-sensitive kids. And so, yeah, very, very excited. Looking forward to this. And again, I'm is the directors that gave me hope. Jon Favreau will be directing it. He's not passing it off to anyone else. It's him.
God.
It's Dave Filoni. Everyone's involved from the first season. And look, I have to look this up, but I'm very confident that the same sound guy, the same
Ludwig Göransson?
Yeah, I still don't know how to pronounce it.
Ludwig
Göransson. Is that how you say it? Ludwig Göransson? Yeah. Yes. Ludwig is basically Ludwig is back. He is going to be the one that does the music. If anybody doesn't know who Ludwig is, he's basically the guy that makes all of your recent movies sound so amazing. You got from the Black Panther, Oppenheimer. I'm suddenly losing my train of thought there. Ludwig is also doing what? Come on.
He does.
Ludwig.
He's basically the young Hans Zimmer.
That's
I will put it that way. He's a young Hans Zimmer.
you got a point there. You got a point. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's taking on a lot of these whatever movies that we think sounds like Hans Zimmer, and then we find out it's actually Ludwig. It's usually that's the case, and it's usually movies that are like, okay, this should be a Hans Zimmer. Like for example, Christopher Nolan with The Odyssey.
Yeah,
he's not using Hans Zimmer. He's using Ludwig, and
that's right. Yes,
he's been with Ludwig for a while now.
Yeah,
because Hans Zimmer has been contracted with Denis Villeneuve for Dune. So like, it's just So I'm putting in my mind Ludwig is the young Hans Zimmer.
No, you're completely right. And I think if anybody that listens to Ludwig, I think he's a very good, I would say, like you said, a very young version of him, because Ludwig in himself is a very experimental sound guy. And bringing it back to the Mandalorian, I think he was using this sort of like very unique sound to create the Mandalorian sound. Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher it. I don't know. You know that sound, that little twang, like the cowboy-esque sound. He used like a unique one. And I think the way I would describe Ludwig is if you hear a cinematic sound, you're like, oh, it's a Hans Zimmer. And then you suddenly hear a few hip-hop type beat. That's Ludwig on top of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly
right.
Like that. Yeah. Well, honestly, I thought you were gonna I think there's a lot of really good Star Wars shows coming out as well. Not just shows, sorry,
Oh,
movies as well. And
yeah.
when you said when you pulled out the Lego there when it just came up, I
Mm.
thought you were gonna say Ryan Gosling's Starfighter.
Oh, is that this year? That's why I didn't pick it.
I don't know if it's this year or next year, but that's why it's really interesting to me because I thought you were gonna pick that. Let me just Google that.
Oh, it's
I think
next
this
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's by Sean Levy.
Oh, Sean Levy.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
like look, Mando and Grogu, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think this year will be an amazing year for movie. I don't know what else to say. It's just a really, really good year. Look, I'm just going through my list. These are movies that we did not pick. These are just the movies that
Okay.
I've just seen so far. Like the movies that is recorded in my notes. We've got, and I'm just going through it very quickly. We got Project Hail Mary,
Oh,
Ryan
that's
Gosling
coming out soon.
movie.
Yep.
That's coming out soon. Hoppers, another Pixar movie, looks pretty funny.
Yep.
Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, hilarious.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a sequel for that one.
Oh, there's gonna be a sequel for that. You should see the trailer.
Okay.
It's hilarious. The Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, yeah.
The drama, if anybody knows, the A24 movie with Robert Pattinson and
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Yes,
Yeah, okay.
that one. And then we talk about this one in private. Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Oh, that's
That
right.
is
Yeah.
that is coming out. That is coming out in April. I'm
that
looking
looks-
at April.
That looks so good.
That looks so good.
It looks
Yo.
terrifying. Like,
That's what
I
I'm
can't
hoping
wait.
for.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Mummy. Look, I love Tom Cruise, but that Mummy movie was shit.
No, I gotta hand it to you. Yeah, that was shit.
Yeah.
Like the first Mummy with Brendan Fraser. That's still the
Iconic.
gold. Iconic. Like as kids, we were scared of it. Growing up, we were like, "Oh, actually, this shit's funny."
Yeah. And now we're
now
gonna
we
actually
get-
get the shit scared of us. Lee
yeah.
Cronin's version.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that.
And then you have Michael, which is Michael Jackson.
That's right.
Yeah. And fun fact, the Michael Jackson movie is played by
His nephew,
Michael
right?
Jackson's nephew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a prosthetic nose, but that's another interesting topic we can have for the podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
The Devil's Wear Prada 2 is coming out too.
That's right,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
coming out on April 30th. Mortal Kombat 2, which is also going to compete with
Okay.
Street Fighter, but I think Street Fighter is coming out a little bit earlier on March.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat's on May, so let's see what happens there. And then you got the Sheep Detective.
Oh, is that the one
So
with
that
Hugh
one's-
Jackman?
Yes, that's right. That is so dumb, but I love it. The Sheep Detective, if anybody doesn't know, I'll keep it very simple. A sheep herder, a sheep wrangler.
I think the word you're looking for is a shepherd.
Oh my god! Here, clearly, I remember the Bible. Yes, you're right. The shepherd,
Yeah.
the shepherd dies. And a bunch of sheep who are played by amazing actors are voicing them. I can't list on top of my head, but watch the trailer. It's hilarious. So there's that, and then you got The Mandalorian Grogu, which is coming out in May, and then you got Disclosure Day, which is Steven Spielberg's other movie that's going to come out.
Yeah.
We still don't know much. We gave trailers, but we still don't know what's happening other than the fact that people are freaked out. That's about it.
Is that the one with Emily Blunt, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one where
Yeah,
she started like kind of croaking. Yeah, that was very interesting. And then you got Medium 3, which is, I think it's gonna be as usual funny. You're gonna bring your nephews along. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5 is also gonna come around the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know they still made Toy Story. And then Supergirl. Right, Supergirl is coming out. Right, Supergirl's coming out in June, so that's gonna be very interesting. Moana is also gonna come out. It's around July.
Oh,
Have
that's
you
a
seen
live,
any promotional? That's a
that's
live action one.
one. Yeah, I think I remember seeing one one teaser. but that's
Okay.
about it. Yeah, like
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought they would kind of
yeah,
hype it up now, but who knows? And you
yeah,
obviously have the Odyssey
yeah.
coming out on July 16th. And I'm just looking at the list. Nobody wants to compete with the Odyssey on that exact week. It's funny because and maybe this is just a little bit of tangent for people who don't know that a lot of movies they try to keep it towards the weekend releases, and sometimes movies they will come out, two premieres will kind of come out, but they're not like the big ones.
Mm.
So they would come out together. But and usually you would have one week, say, Toy Story 5, and then next week, Supergirl, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then next week is like Moana, stuff like that. But the Odyssey from the week before and the week after is just a gap because people are just that scared that the Odyssey would just eat them up.
Well, the thing is, somebody needs to make a movie like Barbie and then make it into like Barbenheimer. You know,
Yeah.
that needs to happen, but it has to
That
happen naturally. Because like
it has to. You can't force it.
yeah, like I know Dune and Avengers Doomsday. They're like Robert Downey Jr. is trying to promote Doomsday because those two are coming out the same
It is
day.
a funny
And-
it's a funny way of saying it, but no, I agree. Yeah.
yeah, but like no one wants it.
Yeah, you gotta let it be natural. I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and I think the essence of Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out on the same day is that one's for women, one's for men, but then both cross each other. That was the massive essence of
Yeah.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah, and I think also kind of like this the style of genre is so completely different.
Yeah,
One is so dark and one is so light. This
Yeah.
makes it funny. I know, I agree. It has to be natural. You cannot
Yeah.
force this.
yeah,
Companies have tried. I think they tried it with another movie. I forgot. That's why I can't even remember because it just doesn't work. You gotta let it be natural.
yeah. You gotta let the internet do their thing.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And moving on from the Odyssey, 2 weeks, about a week ish after, about 2 weeks, yeah. Spider-Man, Brand New Day is coming out.
Oh, is it coming out before Avengers?
That was
Oh.
my thinking too.
Oh,
Let me double check my notes are correct, but I'm pretty sure Brand New Day. They are coming out in 2026, 31st July. That is correct. 31st July.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's a self-contained story, from the way it looks like.
Yeah.
I think we needed that. We needed that for Spider-Man. I think it was getting way too big, in my opinion. Him resetting the universe is great. It's
Yeah.
good. I want to see street level. I want to see Spider-Man 1, same Raimi style. That's just it.
And here's the thing. I know Punisher is gonna be in that movie.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so John Bernthal's Punisher is gonna be in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, that's sick. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm excited. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have John Bernthal's The Punisher. He
Yeah.
is the most grounded character you can have for the Marvel.
Yeah.
So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. All right,
Him
that's
and-
sick.
Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
A Daredevil.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
they're
I'm
gonna
not-
both be there?
I don't know if Daredevil's gonna be in Spider-Man, but
Gotcha.
I'm like Daredevil being the most grounded.
Oh, yeah,
character,
yeah.
Street level.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
So after Spider-Man, you got then Resident. Oh, then you got a bit of a gap.
Mm.
Maybe I just didn't write it, but then it was Resident Evil on September, and then I think we didn't mention this one, but I think you would know about this. It's called Diggers.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that, Diggers. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. I think this is Tom Cruise post Mission Impossible movies. I think this is him going into more comedic sort of role. I think they're saying it the way that they're saying it is a little bit like him playing what was that character's name in Tropic Thunder? Grossman?
Yeah.
Whatever name. He's gonna be
Yeah.
a bit like that, which I do look forward to. Tom Cruise was weirdly funny.
Tom Cruise is actually a funny guy. It's just he's been typecasted as the action hero, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember watching him in Tropic Thunder and I was like, that's Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
That guy, and that's okay. Wow, all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you think about it, what's that movie that he did? Was it Jerry Maguire?
Oh yeah.
It was pretty funny in that movie as well. Like, he did a lot of, I think he did a lot of comedy as well, but he did more action. So more action, more drama roles. So that's why we as an audience, we tend to correlate him more to like action movies rather than
That's
comedies.
true.
So
No, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing Tom Cruise in a very comedic role. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that one.
yeah.
And then you got the Social Reckoning, which we talked about. And I put this one, there's another one here called Whale Fall.
Ooh,
This
what's
has
that?
no poster, no there is a plot, but because it was based off a book and the plot is ridiculous. Listen to this.
All right.
A scuba diver searching for his father's remain in the ocean is swallowed by a sperm whale, leaving him an hour to find a way to escape.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how that will turn. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. That just reminds me of that Ryan Reynolds movie where he was like
Oh,
very-
in the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be
Oh.
very interesting to watch.
That would be very interesting. I
Yeah.
saw that plot, and I was like, Kenneth's gonna love this. This is so dumb.
It's so dumb but interesting at the same time. It's
Exactly. I really want to know what's the plot
Yeah.
here. Like, and then
No,
You got
you know
the Hunger
what? I want
Mm-hmm.
a marine biologist to watch it and be like, you can't survive in a sperm whale. The fucking stomach acid is gonna burn you up. I'm like, yeah, but it's a movie.
it's a movie. It's about a guy in a scuba.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
Yeah.
And then the next one we got. I didn't even, to be honest, I haven't watched the other Hunger Games sequels, but it's the Hunger
yeah.
Games Sunrise on Reaping.
Oh, that's
that's the second
prequel.
one.
So they made
That's a prequel to this prequel's sequel, right? If I'm not wrong.
so the sequel to the prequel, the prequel
Yes.
sequel.
Yes.
Yes, the second movie of the
Yes.
prequel. Yes.
Yes. I have no opinion on that because I haven't watched it. Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
No, I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, sorry guys, you didn't. We're just gonna skip past that. We don't know much about that.
Look, I read the whole Hunger Games series.
I
It
did
was
too.
good. It was good.
It was good.
But then you realize, growing up, you realize like, oh shit, it's actually a ripoff of that Japanese story. And then also it's like, do we really need a prequel to all this? Yeah, well, they're
No,
capitalizing,
I agree.
capitalizing off the profits. So fair
I
enough.
agree. I think the next one I'm weirdly looking forward to it.
Okay.
It's called Fokker in Law.
Oh wait.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
is it-
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's gonna
Meet
be
the Fokker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
And the best part is I'm looking at the date. It's coming out on November 26th, which means it's probably going to be a very Christmas themed movie. I'm looking forward to this. Guys, if you have not watched Meet the Fokker, go watch it. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a very dated comedy, but it just reminds you of a more simpler time. And I love Meet the Fokker.
Man.
It's comedy gold.
It's comedy gold. Like Meet the Parents, Meet the Fuckers.
Meet the Parent, Meet the Fuckers.
I forgot what the last one. The
Was
third one.
it-
There was three. I know there was three.
Was there three? Okay.
I think the third one came out like mid 2000s. Sorry, not mid 2000s.
I want to. Little
2001.
Fuckers, yes.
Little Fuckers, yeah.
2010. Yeah, Little Fuckers, yeah.
Yeah.
And you could see the humor of the 2000s
Mm.
is that name Fockers.
Gaylord.
A Gaylord, that's right. Oh my God. Dude. I'm excited. Devils Wear Prada,
Yep.
Fockers in Law, 2000s, we're back.
Oh,
Holy
we're
shit.
back. We're back. Oh, we are so back, baby.
We're
Millennials.
so back. Yeah. And then obviously we have the Avengers Doomsday and
Yeah.
Dune Part 3 all happening on December 17th. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I want to watch both at the same time. I might just have to go morning and night screening.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna focus more on Dune Part 3. I'm gonna be
Okay.
day one Dune Part 3 because
Okay.
since everything that happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe since
Okay.
Phase 4, I've just lost interest. So
Okay.
I will still watch it. I'll still watch it because
Yeah.
I'm interested, but I
Yeah.
won't be watching it Thursday. I think
Fair
Thursday.
enough. No,
Thursday
that's
for
a
me is
very-
Dune. Yeah.
No, that's a very, very fair take. And I think a lot of people would have felt this. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are feeling the same way.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. Here's my hope
Mhm.
is that Avenger Doomsday reset and kind of brings that
Mm.
that glamour of why we love those Marvel movies. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, yeah. I really hope Doomsday resets everything and just makes it interesting again. Back to what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Agree. Very much agree. And I think that's it. That's covering all the amazing movies that's gonna come out.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
That's insane.
Isn't that nuts?
That's
That's an insane list.
that's really good. Like I really cannot wait for this year. There's so many. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited, Eric.
Dude,
Eric.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
God.
Kenneth, I'm excited. Kenneth, I'm excited.
Man,
But unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to our audience. But before they get lost in the sauce,
yep.
we should remind back what our top 3 picks. Yeah, your top 3 pick,
Oh,
my
yeah.
top 3 pick.
Yeah. So I'll start off with my top 3 picks, which is the first is The Bride, and then Street Fighter, and then Peaky Blinders.
Mm.
Eric, what's your pick?
I lost my notes. Hold up. Wait, no, I remember. Number one, Resident Evil.
Yep.
Number 2, The Social Reckoning. Number 3, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Those are my top. I'm the 3 of my most excited movies.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know what's your top 3 excited movies. It could be anyone from the list we just shared, or it could be anything from our side. Even though you probably all know my side's a lot more better.
Honestly, my side's
but
coming
other than
soon.
that,
His side's still ways away.
hey, mystery's the better, right? But in saying that, Kenneth, I'm leaving up to you for the parting words.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for watching us again. And
Woohoo!
actually, I probably should announce this. We have a YouTube channel now, Aspect Ratio Podcast on YouTube. So if you want to see our faces and not just hear our beautiful voices, you can see our very, very pretty faces, handsome faces, very beautiful there. And watch us on Aspect Ratio Podcast on YouTube. And yeah, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. And of course, follow us on Spotify. Keep watching, keep listening. And until then, thank you again for watching. Thank you again for listening. In case I don't see you guys again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. See ya.